Hey everyone, thank you for joining us. We are here to talk about all things Canadian basketball, and joining me, of course, is former Team Canada star Javon Shepherd. How are you doing?
I'm staying warm. I'm staying warm. I'm staying healthy, B. That's all that matters. Happy New Year, man.
Hey, someone who wasn't too warm all game, RJ Barrett finished the game 4 for 15, going up against the Celtics at MSG. But when it counted, he makes the game winner at the buzzer. A crazy prayer off the glass. What did you think of that game? What did you think of that shot?
Well, it was a great game back and forth. But I think more than anything, every player that plays this game lives for those moments, right? Because it's about me, all the work you put in. And even in your summer workouts, you're counting down 3, 2, 1. You live out those moments, and you even have your celebration ready. And I thought that was such a special moment for RJ yesterday against Boston in the Mecca of basketball. You see that final shot after with everybody around, and that moment was about him. And you can't say enough about it, man. Like you could feel the energy coming through the screen. It was almost like a Jay-Z concert in there.
Okay, let's get into some really cool things that have been happening for Canadian basketball in the NBA. Let's start with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He wins his first Western Conference Player of the Week award over the holidays on the season. He's averaging 22.6 points, 4.7 rebounds, 5.2 assists, and he had the big one over the Clippers. What do you got to say about all of this?
I love Shai. And is he playing at all-star level? Absolutely. I think, if you're looking at the West, there's only about 5 or 6 guards that are playing at his level or better and on winning teams. But I think, going into it, what's going to hurt him is being in a small market, right? Like being in a small market and a team that's not winning. Is he going to get that initial push, that initial nod? Probably not for an all-star. But again, at the end of the day, all these other guys have to stay healthy, right? Between injuries and health and safety protocols, he's on the heels of those guys, and he's playing at an elite level. Like you mentioned, they pulled out some surprise wins, and he just continues to get better and better and better, especially in a league where, it's about shooting the 3 ball. Like he's leading the lead in drives and points off drives with such a slender body. I think that's impressive.
That drive game has been so important to him because the 3-point shot hasn't been there for him this season. On the year, he's shooting 28.6% from 3, which is a big downgrade from last year. But if he can get that going over the course of the game, then he's leveling up to another level. Question for you. How long can he be patient in OKC playing at this level?
He has 172 million reasons to be patient. But, on the flip side, the other side of that, he has a usage rate of about 30%. That means 2 things. He's tops in the league, but that also means he's the one the OKC fans, the league, they're going to celebrate him when they win. But at the same time, when they lose, the responsibility is on him. The fingers are going to be pointed at him. And if they continue to stack up these losses, I'm not concerned about his patience. I'm more concerned about the patience of the fans, right? And at what point do they say they want more from him? Can he give more? Can he do more? Can he lead? But I think at this point right now, he's just continuing to grow. And like you said, he's had a couple game winners. He's had a couple, plays at the end of a game where he's facilitated and made the right decisions. So I think at this point, he's becoming a leader, right? He's becoming a closer. He's learning how to do that. But to your point, you're right. Like, that has an expiration date. And I think it's more so on, the patience of the fans than it is on Shai.
Someone who's had to be patient in terms of, getting the recognition he deserves. Maybe he had a little too much on him to start. Andrew Wiggins. You look at him going number 1 to Minnesota. You look at him now, he goes to a situation in Golden State that's all about winning, that has a great culture. He can play behind Steph Curry and Draymond Green, and he knows his role. And now he's 4th amongst Western Conference forwards in All-Star voting.
I think he's an All-Star, right? But I think I want to rewind a bit because I was disappointed with the amount of scrutiny and criticism he took early on in his career because these quote-unquote experts had placed expectations on him and projections, and he didn't meet that. So there's a number of guys that are on the outside of the league because they didn't meet those expectations. And I think Andrew Wiggins right now is playing Andrew Wiggins basketball. Like, he's an elite complementary player, elite defender, elite slasher, elite spacer, on a team that's winning and playing really good basketball, expected to win the championship. So this is the role for him. And he's doing that. He's having success. And more importantly, I think this is the most we've seen Andrew Wiggins smile and have fun playing basketball in the longest time.
Let's move on to another great story. Xavier Moon, obviously we've been seeing him doing great things in the CEBL. He gets his second 10-day opportunity with the Los Angeles Clippers. The other night, he had 13 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals against the Wolves. I mean, how big is this that someone who has shown in the CEBL what he can do now getting an opportunity in the NBA?
I think it's huge for both parts, right? Like for Xavier Moon's career, and the fact that the Clippers, his coaching staff has spoke so highly about him, and that he belongs in this league. It's not about can he play, or if he'll be in this league. It's just about the right situation from a long-term standpoint. And I think about what does it do for the CEBL? Well, guess what? Xavier Moon, along with the other 3 players that had got their 10 days during this hardship period here, that means that talent is there. That pool of talent is there. So next summer, when you kick off the CEBL, there's going to be a lot of other GMs, a lot of other, basketball enthusiasts looking for that next 4, the next 5 pool of talent to essentially make that jump.
If you're looking at the CEBL as a player, you're saying, okay, if I really make a name for myself at the CEBL level, the NBA is watching.
It's there. And I can speak to it as well, because I've had a number of general managers of G League teams or, scouts from NBA teams, shoot me a message or call and just ask about a number of players, right? And that's the level of talent that's there. For the Edmonton Stingers, whether Xavier Moon gets a longer contract or not, that's something to celebrate, because now he's on. Like, you've helped him catapult his career to another level.
Javon, if you like Canadian basketball content like this, what do you need to do?
Subscribe to CBC Sports Like This.